Flanders' Friend, Chapter 29, entitled Mysteries. Do you believe in ghosts? Asked Tim innocently. I have an open mind, said Arthur. There are a lot of mysteries in this world, he said mysteriously. There's a lot more to life than meets the eye, he added with a wink. Look at that, said Arthur, and he pointed to a photograph of a spooky figure which was grasping a handrail as the sunlight shone right through him. It was so eerie that Tim felt the hairs on the back of his neck stand to attention. He shivered involuntarily. I wouldn't want to run into that figure late at night, said Arthur, with a well-meaning cackle, and to which Tim added his own guffaws, but inside it frightened the life out of him. After a few more minutes, Arthur took his head out of the book. Where's Emma? He said, smiling. Oh, I left her to get on with the homework, said Tim. She's a lovely girl, said Arthur. Yes, she is, said Tim, and she's a karate expert. You must be joking, said Arthur, and his eyebrows shot up. No, I'm serious, said Tim, laughing a little. Yes, she really put Smigger in his place. I don't think he'll be bothering us again, said Tim proudly. He'll probably find someone else to pick on, said Arthur, with a concerned look on his face. You're probably right, said Tim, but Emma will be watching out, and it won't do his image any good to be beaten up by a girl, said Arthur, smiling. I know, said Tim. I just hope that she's not joking about karate, but I'm not willing to put her to the test, said Tim. She's a great lass, said Arthur, as he poked the smouldering ashes of the fire, and he watched the dancing flames. He seemed lost in his thoughts, so Tim let him be. Tim was so glad that Arthur had come into his life, and he'd never had anyone to turn to before. The timing had been perfect. Tim watched the flames, and it was almost as if he was being hypnotized. Time seemed to stand still, and he looked over at Arthur, and he looked almost otherworldly. He looked back at Arthur, and he looked almost otherworldly. He was lost in his own thoughts, and he looked as if were a million miles away.